Hey, welcome back to the show. Today's show is brought to you by our sponsor, Hexa Coffee. And great news, if you live in the city of Chicago, they are hiring at their cafe in Roscoe Village. And if you don't live in Chicago, fear not, you can order this stuff online and you're going to love it. We're obsessed with it. We're running out and we're starting to panic.
Visit them online at hexacoffee.com. Check out using our promo code ELK for 10% off your total purchase. Super easy, super delicious. You won't regret it.
That's right. So one more time, go to hexacoffee.com. That's HEXE coffee.com and use the promo code ELK to get 10% off of your purchase. Today's show is with a good friend of ours from Tucson. It's Tucson Hans or Tucson's, as the locals call
them. As
the kids say. This was a lot of fun. He shows us his new house that he just built by himself.
Some surprise appearances by another friend of ours. It was a great time.
It sure was. Well, sure. Enjoy the show. I think we hear you.
I hit leave meeting.
No, you're in the meeting.
I should leave meeting, right?
You could just stay a little longer.
Yeah, please
okay?
Stay. You look so great. It's kind of formal.
You guys look great.
Oh, thanks, man.
Hans, it's you.
Great.
Hey, man.
I had a feeling there'd be a drink.
There we go, buddy. Oh, that was an accident, but that's an applause from our soundboard. Wow, that was serendipitous. Cheers, buddy. Good to see you, man. I miss you, Hans.
It's like we're together.
I know. It's been too long since that was true.
Way too long.
I had this thought at like 4 today. I was like, I could make it.
You just drive out to you in person?
Step out and be like, what's your dress?
You know what?
That would have been the coolest thing.
That would have been cool. You're welcome here whenever.
Yeah.
It'll happen soon. We're going to make a trip soon.
Good. I was thinking you're kind of in your off-season work-wise, right?
I am in my off-season work-wise.
Because it's too hot
for a wedding. I just got a last-minute 2 gigs for tomorrow and Tuesday.
Oh, wow.
That's last minute.
Yeah, well, thanks for still squeezing us in.
Say what?
I said thanks for still squeezing us in.
Yeah, good thing they didn't try to get in on the Sunday.
I'm glad we didn't get bumped.
I wouldn't say what would happen there.
Well, this is an easy reschedule, so we wouldn't have held it against you. So you're in your house that you built, right?
Yes. I'm in the house that I built.
It's amazing, dude. I'm still impressed that you built a house. I don't know anyone who built a house.
I know that was really cool. I loved living by you during that time because it was just, I don't know, I've never been up close and personal to a build like that either. It's pretty amazing.
Up on the roof. I passed by that picture of us up on the roof.
Oh yeah, that was we were going up there for sunsets often. That was nice.
That was nice.
And you're almost done with the pool, right? That's what you were saying you were working on at basically getting started on?
Yeah, that's what's kind of keeping me from having a free schedule.
Yeah.
So gigs have faded, but I need to be here for the pool build. It just got dug.
Okay.
So how do you build a pool? Is something going to need to be shipped to you, or you dig a hole and then you seal the walls with like concrete? Like, how does it work?
You want to see the hole?
Yeah, let's see the hole.
Let's go on a field trip.
This is like Encino Man when he's digging the pool the whole movie.
Oh, I
dude,
missed that
look
mountain.
at this guy.
Oh, Tucson Mountains, I love you so.
So here's the Tucson Mountains.
Wow.
There's a pool.
Man, look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Perfect.
We're going to go ahead and wait to visit until that's finished.
There's bunnies running around.
Oh, I can't see them. My eyes are.
Yeah.
My eyes are not
beautiful. Wow, it's crazy how big your property is that putting a whole pool there isn't even going to make the yard any smaller. There's still so much room. That's amazing, dude. Oh, look at all
nice.
this.
Yeah, that's new. How slick. Ugh, I'm so
Jesus.
So are you proud of yourself, man? Like that's a huge accomplishment.
Well, it's not done. As soon as I can sit in that pool with a cocktail, I'll be real happy.
But
do you look around your house like, shit, I did this? Or are you like, oh yeah, I mean, that's just what I do?
It's pretty nice. There are times when I'm just sitting like just today, it's like, oh man, this worked. Like I'm sitting in the couch.
Yes. Okay. So I love your house and I think you did a fantastic job on
Yeah,
it.
wait.
But there's one thing I will say that if I built my own dream house, it would have like endless closet space. But Hans, you didn't have that same priority.
I mean, he's
I
a
did
man.
not.
He's got like 4 shirts and a pair of pants. What
I
does he
know.
need?
I know.
This is shirt number 3.
Yeah, exactly. That's shirt number 3.
I can't relate to that.
Wait, while we're giving the tour, can we see the inside? Just a quick pan for the people, because this is a beautiful house you built. It's really amazing, and you did it from nothing. It was just a slab of concrete.
Ooh.
They even made the bar.
Oh, that's
Dude,
slick.
It's well decorated too. You've got a nice eye for decor.
Yeah, I love that fireplace in there.
So these will there's all this wood here still to be used.
Okay,
So
yeah,
these
to
things
close
wrapped
that in.
in that wood.
Okay.
And then this bookshelf might look familiar.
Oh,
yeah.
that's Christine's bookshelf.
Yes.
Bookshelf. And it's doing
Nice.
a great job holding down the fort until that whole wall will pretty much be a built-in bookshelf.
Nice.
Luckily, this came with the house. This is Raven.
Hi, Raven.
Hey, Raven. Hi.
Hello.
Good to see
man.
you.
As well.
Yes.
We miss
Guys,
you.
Yeah, we're due for a reunion soon. Maybe
coming.
maybe outdoors, maybe here, maybe there. I don't care. But
Maybe it's a
let's
pool
meet up.
party.
you guys have a pool?
We don't have a
No.
pool, so we'll come to you.
Oh, well, that doesn't work for a while.
yeah, you're gonna be pretty pulled up there for quite a while.
Well, good. We'll get together. Are you well, I'm like I don't want to spill all your secrets because I hope one day you'll come on here and talk to us. But are you getting any personal work done on your personal projects, or working a lot these
I
days?
am right now.
Oh, good,
amazing.
Good. Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Little teaser. That's all you get to
That's
hear.
all you get for now, folks. That's all you get. Stay tuned.
Well, right on.
Yeah,
my-
we're so
my
good to
friend.
see you, Raven. What a nice surprise guest, special guest. I feel like the Dean Martin show. You know, we got people showing up. The other day we did a podcast and our guest ordered a pizza, but we didn't know. So suddenly there's just
Yeah.
a knock at the door. It was kind of fun. It was old timey.
All sorts of firsts happening.
So when does the pool come in? When will you be taking that first dip?
But it literally dug Monday. So it'll be, 3 months.
Okay, so we didn't answer the question. What do you pour in there first? It's
Oh yeah, how
plaster?
does it work?
Oh, what goes in? Well, plumbing
Right.
and
makes sense.
electrical.
Okay.
Okay.
And then a
that's
bunch of
great.
rebar because they pour, well, not concrete, but shotcrete, which is a little more like sticky. So you can just shoot it on a wall, shotcrete.
Got it. Okay.
And
Do they
then
like
I
blast it
think-
like a hose? Like it just
Like a
shoots out?
hose.
Oh wow.
They shoot out
Cool.
like plaster.
And it just
but it's-
dries quick enough that you can just kind of like how does it not
I've
just
never seen it done.
Oh man. Cool.
Yeah. So
Are you going to keep it kind of like, I would say your house has a nice like minimalistic style. Will it kind of be the same, like low, just mainly gray inside? Are you doing tile?
it is
that?
gray. Yeah.
Yeah.
They just made a Pebble Tech product that's smooth. So like the exterior of the house has a smooth stucco.
Yeah.
So it'll be smooth inside the pool
Sweet.
as well. So
That'll
it'll be
looks-
like gray.
Yeah, that'll look so nice.
Before it gets filled, there's a little moment there where you could paint something or sign it somewhere or draw like a treasure map on the bottom somewhere for like some kid to find. Are you going to do anything like
Somebody's
that?
going to like be
Come out, you
drowning
can
at the
put
bottom
a
of the pool.
mustache into it.
I'll put it. Yeah, I'll dip my stash into it. Yeah, I'd have to grow it back. I shaved it.
I can't see that close.
Man.
It's
Yeah,
fake.
mustache
I mean,
free.
right now I'm just whiskery.
What's mustache FOMO? I have mustache FOMO.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you
I
still
didn't know
have
there was
yours.
a word for that.
I wish I could grow like the side. Honestly, like my cheeks, I shave them, but it wouldn't make a difference if I shaved them or not. Like my cheeks just have nothing. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
My
we're
brothers
all
have beards. I just can't. I could do like a goatee, but I don't know if I have it in me. The mustache was a big accomplishment though. That's the first facial hair I've ever had, was that mustache.
great.
Yeah.
really
You
looks
ever
good.
go just mustache or like get some good like chops or something, you know?
Yeah, if I were to shave this off, I'd do all kinds of fun stuff in between.
Nice.
Quite adventurous. You are.
I wanted to show you the bathroom and then set this thing down.
Okay,
again.
yeah,
Yeah,
keep the
go,
tour
go.
going. Sorry.
Keep it rolling.
Bathroom's the fun part.
Oh,
You got-
nice. The pride and joy.
Ooh, that mirror looks so good in there. I love this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the big mirror. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
slick.
And then that's the thing, but it's got the outdoor shower.
Oh,
Ooh, those
yeah.
plants took off. Those look good.
You remember the plants?
Yeah, so I was back in Tucson the last time in December working a little bit. I stayed here, and those plants were tiny little things at that point. But yeah, they look like they're prospering. They're thriving
Yeah.
over there.
So do you mostly use the outdoor shower?
Yeah, we use both of them to because they water the plants
Yeah.
Right.
in the winter, of course. If it's too cold out there, that's not fun.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, I got a new velvet.
Who's this guy?
Ooh, that velvet that's made out of velvet?
Yeah,
Slick. I've never
I haven't
known.
named him. I don't know.
Ah. Maybe by the end of this,
King
his name will come to us.
I didn't see Moose on that tour.
Lucy.
That's one good cat. I miss this little Moose.
Huh. I don't know if I met the cat Moose.
He's so sweet.
Maybe he was scarce when I was there. Because I was there when you were building it. Like we had some drinks on your roof, but it was just kind of, the inside was just concrete. There was nothing really in there.
Yeah, it's so cool to do like a little walk over every few days. You just make such progress. It was amazing. You wanted to do that for a long time, right? This was kind of a goal you've had.
It was a long time. Yeah. I
And-
bought the property maybe, probably 6-7 years ago. So it had been 5 years. Had a bunch of different ideas of what to do with the land and went through a couple different house designs and ended up with this, which is a really stripped down, basic south facing. So it gets the winter sun and the summer shade. So these windows don't get sun on them at all in the summer, but the sun comes all the way in the house and warms the concrete in the winter.
Wow.
So,
Well played.
So smart.
So what
Well,
gave...
from what's his name? Brad Lancaster,
Oh yeah, sure. The rain harvesting guru of Tucson.
rain harvesting guru.
Sure, I studied his techniques in college.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So what are the rain, like, what does that mean? Just like the kind of stuff you're talking about, like knowing where the sun is going to be certain times to make sure
Well, yes and no. Those are like sustainable building practices, but Brad's specialty was harvesting rainwater. So, basically that just means slowing the spread, or like basically you want to slow the spread and runoff of your property and get it to sink down and absorb and stay where it is on site.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to collect it like in barrels or, with some sort of system that's going to
I see.
collect that rare, scarce Tucson rain.
Got you. And water those plants.
And
A+, Christine.
thank you. Yeah. I took
She's
my
good,
water
huh?
sustainability courses. I know a thing or two about this.
Isn't there like, not to be a downer, isn't there like scarcity in Tucson? Like there's a sort of like, where do you guys get your water? Couldn't a moment happen where you don't get water all of a sudden?
That is a complicated question, Paul.
Yeah.
Because yes, as it's set up right now, I think we're gonna get a moose visit.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Moose.
There's the gang. Yay.
The gang is all here. Wow.
Hi, Moose. You're a very good cat.
How old is Moose? How long have you had him?
So I got him for my mom. He was 4, maybe 3 years ago. So he's about 7.
Nice.
How come your wine keeps going so high every time you pick it up? Are you just?
I'm going over. We've got like a display of things, so I'm kind of going over stuff. If
I thought every time you do it, I'm like, cheers, buddy.
Hey, I just have this like I have like cheers Tourette's, I just can't help it. But cheers. No, but cheers though.
But
Okay, so
yeah.
anyway, back to you guys running out of water. So how does
So
that?
basically, the Colorado River Compact, right? Is that what it is? Colorado River Agreement or something. I forget
Yeah,
exactly what
projects.
the breakdown of it is. But anyways, there's 7 states and Mexico that has access to the water from the Colorado River, which is the primary source of water.
Okay.
And yeah, it's just a bad agreement in general. When it was formed, they were accidentally over allocating how much water was in the river, like from the beginning. So basically, There's
by
been
like
they
20%.
Yeah, they like
Wow.
built in a scarcity around this water. And then there's weird rules like California is grandfathered into more of the water. So like in times
So-
of scarcity, Arizona's water is cut before and like
you guys are low on
decreased
the
before.
priority list.
Yeah, so there's all sorts
Damn.
of politics behind it.
Jeez.
Yep.
Does it ever happen where it's like, hey guys, we don't have water all of a sudden, or it's just a like sort of impending thing,
Just
but
impending
it's not like
doom.
it happens sometimes.
Yeah, it's just the doom.
Arizona's done apparently a good job by storing our water underground. So we send it into the aquifers through recharge places. If you're out at the Desert Museum and you look out west at the sunset, you can see huge plots of water. And they take our share of Colorado River water. If we haven't used it, it goes there and seeps into the ground so that we can later use it to pump
Smart.
from the
Okay.
aquifer.
Yeah.
I don't know how they know that entirely works.
Right.
As
Yeah.
far as I know, underground aquifers are kind of like rivers themselves. So
Right. It doesn't just sit there. It's going to go somewhere from there.
I don't know. I mean, apparently it shows a raise in the aquifer. So that's good news.
Fascinating.
But there's also a huge agricultural pull on the water and old rights stuff. The 1872 mining law, which allows miners, all the mining, which there's a lot of in Arizona, they can pull as much water out of the aquifer as they want for free. And so can farmers. Unlimited from an 1872 law. And
that makes sense because not a lot's changed since 1872.
It's basically the same world, same
Yeah,
planet.
it's like
I mean,
same,
you wouldn't even
exactly the
recognize
same.
the difference. Yeah.
And I think that once there's a real uproar from the public and people, like right now, you turn on your tap and it works. So there is not a problem. But when the day comes and you go to get a glass of water and you don't get a glass of water, I think that's the day that law might have a chance of changing.
Makes
So
sense.
But it has a lot to do with farmers' rights, and they have kept these rights through their family, and that's worth a lot of money, their water rights. So it's a really complicated thing, but essentially farmers are kind of encouraged from the use it or lose it water law to use their water up. And instead, I think they need to be incentivized to do drip irrigation and more, we flood. You've driven I-10 between here and Phoenix, and you look out and it's just, there's a foot of water in these crops, flood irrigation. So that's what we're doing in the desert.
Which is so inefficient. Shouldn't it be like a sprinkler
Completely
system
inefficient.
is really all you need?
It's more expensive to drip. It's more maintenance. It's easier to just flood the land with water. But if you don't have as much water, I do believe the systems can change to accommodate.
Got you. Yeah.
But
There was
guys-
even, a guy in Shark Tank even had a thing. It was like a little bowl that you put over the thing so that you spray, but all that water stays right there
Stays
for that
there.
plant. It doesn't go into all the rest of your soil.
I mean, the technology has come so far. I mean, there's even like GIS and mapping technology from satellite images that can show you how dry or how parched a field is so that you don't water until your plants like absolutely need it.
Yeah.
Just based off of how much heat it's radiating and
And
stuff.
they even, I guess they could charge farmers for water, but even if there was some huge pushback on that and like the farmers can't afford it or something like that, you could at least incentivize the less water you use, the more money you're going to get back at the end of the year or something like that. Just kind of like pay them back for what they don't use versus charge them for what they do
like
use.
that would be way too smart and reasonable.
Well, I'm sure there's maybe.
But again, it takes one person to spin a valve to open up a whole flood water thing. And it takes, if you've got 1,000 acres of land and you're doing drip irrigation, drip irrigation just from your own backyard, the thing breaks all the time. I mean,
Gets clogged
it takes maintenance.
Yeah, it would be a hit for the farmers, but it might be what society needs. That might be a worthy sacrifice that farmers take as small of a hit as possible, but still something to not just flood and use unlimited water as if it won't go away.
The price of produce would go up, and that's how we would subsidize the new farming techniques because it would cost more to make it.
Right.
So we would be unintentionally subsidizing it because corn is now $4 instead of $1.
Does it surprise you that they can't just take desalinate ocean water? Like, is that why
It's
can't we
it's
just
a
do that?
It's a heavy energy process too.
Ah,
'Cause you
okay, so
have
they can
to
do
Takes
it, but it's not
evaporate
worth
water.
it.
The only way to separate it from the salt is to evaporate it, which takes massive amounts of heat. And then, so how do you make that much heat enough to evaporate all the water? Cheers.
Yeah, okay, but I mean, eventually they'll get that technology.
Hopefully.
Whatever that
And-
Fermi paradox or whatever it is that like technology doubles in ability over and over. Like eventually
Yeah.
they'll be able to do it and it will level out. But will we run out of water before they can desalinate water efficiently? I don't know.
used to fantasize about like a zombie apocalypse story, which began with like too much desalinization of our water and like just completely changing the ratio of like ocean water to fresh water and the dire consequences we never saw coming from that. And yeah, just Mayday chaos.
Hey.
Maybe I'll write it. I don't know. I probably won't. So there it is. That's the beginning of something interesting.
You heard it here, folks.
Beginning of the end.
You're planting a seed and you're going to water it with drip irrigation.
Yeah, it's going to get the slow drip at night after the sun's gone and won't evaporate as much.
Yeah. Okay, wait. So Hans, what gave you the confidence to be like, I'm going to build a house? I'd love to do it, but it'd be like,
Who am I to build a house?
Have you
I
ever
can't.
built a house before? Yeah. Like, what do you?
My dad did. He grew up in the Bay Area and he worked on movie sets. So he could fake a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
And then I have a couple older brothers who are 20 years or so older than me.
Oh, okay.
So they were really more like uncles. And one of them was a drummer, but a musician. And the other one was a woodworker.
Wow.
And so they were really a big influence on what I ended up doing, music and building.
Cool.
And
Yeah,
then
that's so cool.
So I started, a friend's dad when I was in college offered me a job because I knew a little bit about construction, being a customer service representative for, I think it was Richmond Homes first,
Okay.
which is a massive multi-produced home builder on the outskirts of Tucson. And I worked my way up in that job to being a superintendent. So I was building houses.
Got you.
That's how I know the process.
Got you. And so even like what goes into it, what like we're going to need this and this and the normal things that Christina and I probably wouldn't even think of, like, oh, fuck, you need, I don't know. So many things probably. I don't even know what I don't know, but
I mean, I just think of how many unfinished projects I have laying around, and like I would be that girl.
Yeah.
It'd be like, yeah, the house is like pretty much good to go, but there's like no roof.
right.
you know?
We'll finish the roof
You're
eventually.
like, I'll get around to
We're
it. There's
kinda-
a tarp blowing in the wind. Just
Right.
like,
Yeah.
it's
We're
good.
kind of chipping away at the roof, but the tarp is working great. That's cool. I feel like if you're good with your hands, you can do so much. Like you'll always be good. If you can work with your hands, you're pretty indestructible, I feel like, as far as jobs. You can always find work if you're good with your hands. Right? Do you feel that way? Like has it helped you?
And the will to do it. Yeah,
Sure.
totally.
Yeah, I mean, that's true too, because you're talking about he was building in Tucson, and it's like, there'd be days, so many days throughout Tucson's year that are over 100 degrees. And so you'd see Hans out there at like, 7:00 finishing his AM shift of work. And then he's going to take a siesta, come back in the afternoon or the
Right.
evening and be out there at like, again, after 6:00.
Do you
when the
have
sun's
something you
down.
tell yourself like to keep going, like some kind of motivation you think about? Do you drive from or like pull from ancestral strength? Like what are you telling yourself on those days?
That's a good one. I like
You know
that.
what I do for motivation? I schedule other people.
Ooh.
So if
I
I
see
have
that.
someone showing up tomorrow at 8, then I need to do X, Y, and Z before they show up. Or when they show up, it's going to be a disaster. I just have to work harder then, or it'll get finished one way or another. But I schedule other people to help me.
That's a good.
I'm-
That's
Gotcha.
a good
Those are
thing.
kind of milestones you're gonna have to hit.
They hold you accountable. Yeah. That makes sense.
Same with the weddings. A wedding coming up, and it's like I can't not show up tomorrow, so I've got to do X, Y, and Z and prepare and be there.
So to clarify, you perform generally just acoustic sets, but also DJ sets at weddings, right? That's your
I play classical for the ceremony
okay.
and run mics for the ceremony, so they have their little mics.
Mm-hmm.
And then I DJ cocktail dinner and run mics for toasts and stuff and announce things and then wicka wicka wah for dancing.
Basically, keep the party going, keep it flowing, keep things together.
I take care of sound all night.
Sound all night and all day. Do you have a favorite part? Do you prefer the guitar, or do you prefer when you're getting to DJ at night?
The guitar playing during the ceremony when a bride is walking down the aisle is so sweet and serene and beautiful and calm for everyone but me. It is so like, man, I cannot play a wrong note at this moment. And you have to get that out of your brain and just concentrate on the beauty of the moment and the music.
Right.
But all that wants to get in your brain is don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up.
Gosh.
It's stressful. I mean,
If you actually think that's kind of ironic too, because that's what like the bride's thinking too, like don't trip, don't mess up, don't trip,
Yeah,
like just
yeah,
get one foot in front of the other all the way to the end. Like, you know, it's just like everybody's like the bridesmaids are like, okay, everybody's looking at me like, okay, I got this.
It's funny in those moments as a musician, you're almost like an athlete. You know, it's like
be mentally
sports
fit.
psychology. You know, like if you're like a Olympic skier and you're about to do like a big jump, like you can't be thinking like,
I'm gonna
what if I
crash.
fuck up? What am I gonna?
Yeah.
You have to kind of go to this Zen place. I trust that I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna be focused, but not the wrong kind of focus. It's like sports psychology.
well, because we've all messed up and we know what was going through our brain at that moment. Don't mess up.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Don't shank. Oops.
Yeah.
And your best moments are when you're in the moment.
When
So-
you're DJing a wedding, do you have certain songs that you're like, most DJs wouldn't play this, but I play it every time and people fucking love it? Like, what are your kind of like signature Hans drops?
You know, I really, my specialty is catering to this particular client's musical wishes
That's
and the
smart.
feel of the room. So it really changes every time. But I do like to start out with Respect, Aretha Franklin.
That's a good way to kick off. Yeah.
It's just like, boop.
You can kind of
That's
walk
a
onto a dance floor with that, you know, like that's like, okay, here we go.
It's a good starter.
Yeah, it
It's
gets
a
you
good
like, you
start.
want to shake your shoulders to that, you know? It's like, you can't just tap your toes to that. It takes more out of your body
Yeah.
for that one.
And it's equal. It's an equal playing field. Everybody knows it. Everybody loves it.
True. There's kind of like, as a DJ, you kind of have to like leave your ego at the door. You can't be like, I love this Smith song. It's the best. Like you kind of have to be like, oh, like you want to hear Post Malone? Like I got you or whatever, you know, whatever it is. But you kind of have to, I DJ'd my cousin's wedding once. She like, cause I'm like I'm the cousin. I do music. So they're like, you want to DJ, you know, like, and I was like, cool. Like I'll put together a dope playlist. Like I got this. And so I had all these like, obscure, you know, like there's like a Talking
so
Heads
fun.
song and there's like this and that. And I was trying to even just get the thing going and like nobody's getting on the dance floor, nothing. And then I was like, fuck it. I just put on Hey Ya and like
There you
everybody
go.
went nuts. And like from then I was like, okay, we just need to like forget my playlist, you know, like I just need to play the hits, you know.
Gotta give
At
the
a
people what
house
they want.
party, it's different. You can do that kind of thing with just your friends and get away with it. But when you're talking multi-generational, it doesn't work as well
So interesting.
until later. Late night is a whole nother ball game.
True.
You know,
true.
after grandma and the kids have gone to bed, you have a different party.
Right.
But the first hour and a half is like, yeah, hey, yeah, all the way.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the energy you need.
Has this caused you to discover new music you probably wouldn't have been listening to? And like, are there certain songs where you're like, oh, like I love that Taylor Swift song or whatever. Like, I never thought I would like it so much.
I mean, I haven't been surprised by any of the standards. I did have a couple that really wanted their own cocktail and dinner playlist. Well, and picked a lot of the dance tunes too. I tried to stray from that though. That has definitely gone wrong. If they have a strict playlist and you can't read a room and nobody's dancing to that playlist and you can't change the music
You
up,
gotta be able to pivot.
you got to be able
Yeah.
to take requests and feel it out.
Play Hey Ya.
Vibe on something that they're vibing on and turn something off that they're not vibing on. You know?
How often do you get that person that just like stands by you in the DJ booth and is like, dude, you should try this song?
Oh
You-
my
you-
God.
I call him my DJ buddy. I get him every time. I love him.
Yeah, I feel like that just every party has one of those guys or girls that's just
But
gonna
they
be
have
like, try this.
they have an insight to the crowd that I don't have. So
Yeah.
I love it.
True
That's
that.
good.
That's
It's
a
like-
good
Wait,
point.
what was your favorite hit in high school or whatever? And you put it on, and sure enough, everybody goes ape. You know?
Right.
And I
That's
never would have
true.
guessed it.
Yeah,
never
well, how
would've
could
guessed
you know? You wouldn't know necessarily. That's a
Ugh.
good point. You got
Unless
to.
it's
That's
people.
good.
My heart sank when you said that because I think I'm that guy. I'm the DJ buddy. And I always think like,
Yeah.
dude, play Got to Give It Up by Marvin Gaye. People are going to love it. But really like,
Yeah.
I'm going to love it. You know, like that's
So
it.
just say
you know,
that.
like,
Just say
The
like,
first
hey,
4
bro,
minutes
like,
of
can
it
you play
anyway.
that for
So
me?
it's like an 8-minute song.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
See?
Yeah,
See,
be ready to
Hans
move
does.
on. Yeah, but like
He's gonna
I'm
cut you off.
oh my God, I've done that at a few parties. Ugh.
I
Anyway,
think one of the
I was,
last
like,
one of the
ashamed
last
that.
dance parties
No,
I
I
went
love it.
to, it was like semi DJ'd, and I ended up just like taking the phone and playing my playlist and my songs repeatedly, and I think I offended the person that was DJing.
Sometimes that's what
Wait.
you got to do though.
At
Was I
Emily's
there?
house, you were there.
Oh wait, so
Yeah.
tell the
I was
story. then.
dancing.
Yeah,
I
thank
was
you.
dancing.
I know we have
So you're at
similar
a house
tastes in
party or
music.
like a formal party?
Emily, our friend, she was actually on here not too
I know
long
she
ago,
was.
came to visit. Anyway, she had a dance party. I think it was for her birthday. And this is pre-COVID. So there was a ton of us squeezed in like her kitchen
Good time.
dancing. And one
By
of her,
ton, she means about 9.
maybe like, 9 to 20 max. Yeah, it was Rager. Okay.
But it was fun. It was a
Tucson
blast.
Rager.
It was
yeah.
a rager. It's like it's pretty good times. But they're just one of her friends who was kind of like, she grew up DJing in Tucson sort of for a long time, was kind of known as like party people, like known to have good taste in music, but it wasn't working for me at the time. And I think I kept drinking and kept feeling compelled to take over, and I did. And I mean, I think it ended up probably closing out the party and things, but
Like prematurely, or you helped.
but I just felt like since I was gonna be the last one standing with Emily and stuff, that it would be fine to take over and hijack the
So
playlist.
from your perspective, Hans, did she do the right thing, or should she have stayed out of there?
Well, I don't know what the other person had coming up. I
Yeah.
mean, you could
That's
be.
fair.
She could have been ramping.
Right? I don't know anything about like building momentum. I just go balls to the walls,
I remember after the party, the next day or something, you were like, "Oh, well, okay, so
Jason's
here's what
not cracking
happened."
up at all right now.
I remember you were like, I went to Emily's party last night, and I just took I took over the DJ booth. I was like, "Wow."
I didn't think anything of it, but then Emily was like, "Yeah, like you really hijacked the playlist," and I was like, "Oh, did I now?" Like in my mind, it didn't seem so aggressive, but
I didn't notice at the time. I remember
Good.
you saying that later, and I thought you were just playing some good tunes. I
Good.
thought it. I
Okay,
thought it
good.
was. It wasn't like an aggressive.
thank you.
Hijack.
It wasn't a hostile.
Well, but that's from
takeover.
your perspective. But the person there brought their to DJ. I bet maybe felt a
Tasha,
little
if
different.
you're listening, I love you.
We gotta get Tasha on the
let's try
show
this
for a
again.
confrontation.
I know you're great at what you do.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Tasha was there to do the thing, and she was doing the thing, and it was fun. And then Christine wanted to play some tunes, so she did. It was a party.
You know, that's
was
just
a
how it
fun party.
goes sometimes.
Do you know what was cool about that party too? One of my former preschool. So the reason I know Emily in the first place is because she was my boss in my first job teaching preschool after I graduated college. And there was a little.
Give us that view.
Yes, there you go. Golden hour. But anyways, there was like a former student there with his mom at the party because Emily's friends with the mom. And it was so
right.
silly to have like a dance party with, and this little boy was like, oh my God, he had so many moves. It was hysterical. I was having so much fun just watching this like kind of shy kid just like really let loose. And you know how kids get when they dance? Like they just don't care about
Yes.
what they look like at all.
Well, they just, in their head, they look so cool.
Well, yeah, but he did. I mean, he was just having the time of his life. That was kind of
good
like
for him. That is
a
beautiful
funny
to
little
watch.
moment.
That's amazing. Okay,
Oh,
so
man.
Hans, for you, like you've done all these weddings, like I'm sure has your ability to read a room just become pretty instinctual at this point? Like you're not really and are you ever somewhere like out at public and you're like, fuck, like someone needs to change this song. Like this isn't the right song. Like how do they not know? This is so obvious to me because I'm this guy all the time.
That's the second statement is true. I didn't really think of it being instinctual, but you're right. When I'm at a place and they're just like playing the wrong vibe, it's I don't know. I mean, what do you even call this thing? It's like a reading of souls or something. I mean,
Observational wisdom.
There's no term for it. There's no school for it. It's just right or wrong to somebody. I mean, how can you dictate this?
That's a very good point. What even is it?
So
What
true.
when you're reading the room, what are you even reading? Yeah.
I feel like
What
it's
they
sort
want,
of like
what they think they want,
music. It's almost like a 500 days of summer moment. You know, it's like one person can have just complete like love for a song. Well, it means not so much to the other person listening to it. And like, there's just so many different ways people form attachments to songs and music that like, you know, the other listeners might not have. And so then where are they sitting in that spectrum of it?
Yeah.
You know?
So do you think it's become instinctual for you at this point?
I mean, reading a room to me is definitely something that I'm heightened to. You know, looking around and seeing who's dancing. And if it's one of these crowds that is a talker crowd, you know, some of the more intellectual folks, doctors, man, they will just sit down and talk during a wedding all night long. And at that point, I'll go walk table to table and just be like, is there anything you guys want to hear? And they'll have some song that I would never have put on. And I put it on and they're all up dancing.
Oh,
you know, it's like, so that's part of reading a room is like, I don't ever want to be on a mic like, let's get out on the dance floor now.
Right.
I don't ever want to say that.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I want people to dance.
Right.
So,
but they should feel inclined.
Yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to ask.
That's good. That's a good rule of thumb. Yeah, it's a little too aggressive, I think, sometimes when people are like, now get out on the dance floor, everybody. Come on. And you're like,
Yeah, it's like,
"Oh,
don't fucking
Especially
tell
if
me what
nobody's
to do.
fine. I'll put down my purse. Give me a minute. I just got a drink."
Yeah, and then that's when someone's gonna be like, "Oh, this fucking DJ, this fucking guy," like, and then you're lost. You lost the battle, like, you know.
Unless I play Hey Ya.
Unless you play Hey Ya, that's when Hey Ya, that's what Hey Ya was made for. Yeah.
How many times have you witnessed like pure disaster, like mother of the bride falling on the dance floor because somebody spilled their drink on the dance floor, or like
Puking on the
moments
dance
like
floor.
that, like
Oh man, you're
disasters.
saying disaster. I'm saying hilarity.
You're saying like
Best case scenario for Hans.
I just asked
I
because
love those
I've
moments.
been that girl that fell on the dance floor. I slipped on somebody's drink on a dance
So you're
floor.
somebody's answer to this
I
question.
rolled my ankle. Yeah.
Yeah, what's
That
like the
DJ.
biggest shit show you've
You're-
sort of witnessed?
You're the waiters and waitresses that need to take care of that problem. You're their worst nightmare.
Yeah, I
you're
think
just
they
a
were the
bump in
ones
road
that
for
fetched
the
me
dance
some
floor.
ice.
Yeah.
That's true.
I do feel bad for them when I see that happen. I'm like, oh man, clean up on aisle 3.
Yeah, you're like, man, I had Wipeout next, but now I gotta find a new song.
Yeah, you should do like a wedding bingo and then like see what things you get each wedding. See which one was like the most lively. Like, you know, bride or groom leaves in tears. It's like that gets some points, you know, a wipeout on the dance floor.
Right.
Sure,
It's
that
like
gets some
fantasy wedding DJ.
points. Yeah, like
I'd have to reassign points if Christine's at the wedding falling on the
Yeah.
dance floor and only gets like 0.2.
yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
You got to build in the wiggle
There's
room.
handicap. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
It's
amazing.
just the smart thing to do.
But yeah, what like because you've witnessed a lot of weddings. Like, what's your most or what's a notable wedding moment that you've witnessed, whether beautiful or disastrous?
Some great toasts. I had this woman last weekend giving a toast, and she was a bridesmaid, and she was really, really nervous. She was shaking. All of her friends were patting her on the back. She got up there and just like ABCs of great wedding toast. Nailed it.
Oh,
Kept it
good.
under 3 minutes. Talked about their childhood. Talked about what a beautiful person she'd become with the other person, and like it was great. She nailed it. So that was nice. That was last weekend. That was
I
nice.
feel like
Awesome.
you're kind of, would you describe yourself as like a romantic kind of guy? Because I feel like you wouldn't have gotten into the wedding business if you weren't at least like genuinely moved by the sweetness of a wedding.
I'm there for the music. I'm
So my
there to
theory's
provide
wrong.
the right atmosphere. A couple of weddings I have sincerely, I'm sitting there playing guitar and I have cried at.
Beautiful.
A couple toasts too. Sure, there's romance, but I'm on.
Yeah,
You know, I'm
it's like you
I'm
can't
on.
space out. So what's the
It's a day at
best,
work.
in your opinion, what is the most beautiful wedding venue in Tucson?
Oh boy, oh man,
I know, right? It's like your moment to like get sponsored. No big deal, but
or fired.
or fired. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
I have a couple.
Okay.
Okay. There we go. Very diplomatic.
Hacienda del Sol.
I don't know where
It's-
that one is.
It's on Hacienda del Sol.
Oh, that makes sense. Right there. Between the
It's on
Saguaro and
Hacienda del
the
Sol Road, just
Yellow
south of
Cactus.
Sunrise, near like between Campbell and Swan.
Okay.
Just south of Sunrise. That's a country
Just-
music lyric right there.
Just
That's
south
beautiful.
of
South of
Sunrise.
Sunrise.
Just
I
south
like
of
that.
Sunrise.
Yeah,
I'll
giddy
find
up.
you. I'll come find you.
Yeah,
I'll
Hacienda
meet
del
you there,
Sol.
south of
It's
Sunrise.
a stunning venue, and they just added a bunch of rooms and a new pool. They have pictures on their wall. Jostler redesigned some of their place where it's just them in the foothills, and
Okay.
there's nothing. That place was built
That's
in,
good.
I don't know, 1903 or something.
Okay.
That's gorgeous. Tanque Verde Guest Ranch just built the newest big
Barn.
killer wedding venue,
The
the
barn. Yeah, sure. I remember seeing that.
Sure.
Yeah, they catch
Barn's
your eye
awesome.
a lot.
Say what?
I catch my eye a lot.
Yeah.
And they were kind of revving up their event venue promotion, I think, when I was still working with the Annex
Yes.
and Mercado as a venue. So, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's a great space. They really did a nice job at it. They have full, big opening doors onto a lawn where the ceremony is. So everything's
Nice.
kind of connected.
Good.
You have the ceremony and cocktails out there on the lawn, and then you come inside this gigantic barn with a big old bar in the back,
Beautiful. Good flow. Good flow to it.
like a 12-foot fireplace.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
Yeah,
Look out.
of rock, of like river rock that's like 30, the ceiling's like 30, 40 feet high.
Beautiful.
Oh, damn.
That's a cool place.
Have you played at like the Dove Mountain? Is that a thing? Dove Mountain?
Dove Mountain's an area, really. I played at the Ritz, though, and the Heritage Highlands, I think, are two different places.
I don't remember
So
which
there-
one my buddy got
One of
married
them's a
at.
members club. They might both be members clubs. And then, of course, the Ritz. And then Caton's is the restaurant at the Ritz. I've done some there as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything downtown that stands out? I mean, besides the Annex, which hasn't really had its moment yet, but I think you'll be playing gigs there before you know it.
Yeah. Akiko is apparently getting involved with that. And
Yeah,
Blue
some of her
Maven?
Blue Mavens like are stepping up and getting started with like the event production of weddings, and they're going to kind of be like the go-to specialist, which is awesome.
yeah, she's really great.
Oh, for sure. They definitely are.
Yeah.
Their whole team.
Oh,
I
sure.
like dream of being a Blue Maven in another life. I might come back
I
as a
believe
Blue
in you.
Maven.
Good.
But yeah, I love Mercado. I've done
Yeah.
a couple there. Those are super fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't know if you can do ceremony on site there as much because it's always got people in it. You know, they
Right.
more close your area just for reception.
Yeah, it's like buyouts are pretty hard there. They haven't really made that super accessible to people yet.
Well, it'd just be too much money.
It's a lot of money for
Right.
you know
So many businesses you got to
so many
buy out
businesses
for
there
the day
that
somehow. yeah.
exactly. It's not super feasible, but I'm sure it'll happen. I'm sure
Yeah.
somebody wants it. But I know like the rooftops, and you've definitely done like the cozy, intimate receptions and things. It seems over there at the Mercado,
Mm-hmm.
which is cool.
Yeah, it's been sweet.
I miss being over there. So I'm curious about like, how did you anticipate that the west side of Tucson would be the place that you should be building a house? And it's not the only property you own over there on the west side. So like, kind of how did you identify that as the move?
I was born here in Tucson.
Yes.
So I love the desert.
Same.
And I love downtown Tucson.
Same.
And the place where they are closest is the west side.
Yeah. It's
The
so
east
amazing.
side is super beautiful with all the mesquite trees and stuff. They have a much better flow of water out there.
They've got much better mid-century architecture out there too. That's where all the old development happened, like Midtown and over to the east side.
Yeah, Midtown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just strolled through a cool neighborhood at Wilmot and Speedway to the southeast of that.
Okay.
Holy moly.
It's
I
pretty
didn't even
slick.
know it was in there. It's
Hmm.
basic mid-century stuff. Anyways, so yeah, but it's too far from downtown.
Yeah.
You got to drive 40 minutes to get downtown.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then, but out here, and north is again way too far. Up in the foothills is beautiful desert, but too
Mhm.
far from downtown. But to the west, the desert is, I feel, really accessible and right here. And downtown's like you could throw a rock at it. So
No
that's
kidding.
why.
Yeah.
Plus, you're like literally a 10-minute drive away from a national park, Saguaro National Park, which is
Sure.
It's
so
And you
amazing.
have that hike up the
Wouldn't
mountain
say
right
10.
behind you too.
What was
it's
that?
like 30 minutes.
I suppose it is. I guess you're right to get to
On
that.
foot or
No, even in
okay.
car, like
You
to
gotta
get to
go
Gates
out
Pass and up
Pass and down
above.
to Old
Mhm.
Tucson and past Desert Museum. It's not 10 minutes.
But for just
Okay,
like a
fair
nighttime
enough.
stroll up a mountain, you got plenty right behind you there. Like a mountain, right? That's right there.
Oh my gosh, do you remember the last time that when I still lived in Tucson and I took Paul to hike up that mountain behind you? And it was like
you got dehydrated, or
No,
you
no.
got a bee sting.
it was the bee sting, and it was
Dude,
like
oh my
May,
God.
and all of a sudden, like there were, gosh, what was it? The Palo Verde blooming, like everything was blooming at that
Yes.
time, and all of a sudden there were just like bees everywhere chasing Paul.
Well-
he starts running down the mountain to like
Well,
avoid
let's
bees.
back it up for people. Because earlier that day, you were like, gosh, I wish, because I'm allergic to bees. And like, I don't know. I've been stung by a bee twice and it's gotten worse and worse. Last time my hand swelled up like a balloon and the person was like, I'm giving you an EpiPen because the next one's going to be even worse.
Mm-hmm.
So I had an EpiPen and I lost it. So earlier that day, you were like, I really wish you had this fucking EpiPen because like, this could be a problem, And I was like, yeah, okay. And then so like we go on this hike and there's all these bees everywhere. So I'm like, oh, okay, let's go over there where there's less bees. Like, I'm trying to play it cool, but I was actually kind of scared a little bit. And then a bee stings me on the lip, like lands on my lip. I go like, ugh, like I knock my sunglasses off of my face. Like it was this, like I smacked myself in the face because I just freaked out. And then like looking back on it, he didn't really sting me. It must have just been like, I don't know. If he got me,
But we
he
were rushed to Walgreens.
barely got me. Right.
To get
You
you
went
an
and got
EpiPen.
me some.
But it was mid-COVID. It was all crazy. then.
Yeah, it was. And we didn't know what to do. We ended up driving to the fire station.
Right,
and
my
we're
mom
like,
had the
hey,
idea. She
hey,
said,
are
"Go to
you
the fire
okay?"
station, not the hospital, because they have EpiPens. Like they deal with this. They have paramedics at the fire station, so go there." And then we go there.
And he's like, "You're fine."
Yeah, by then we
Basically,
sort of
he
realized it
saw-
was okay.
He saw that you hadn't swollen, like you weren't so swollen in the times, whatever. He knew you were going
Oh
to
my
be
god,
okay.
it was so embarrassing. And then you guys grabbed me some. Was it just Benadryl or something to just kind of?
Benadryl was all we could get.
Yeah.
They wouldn't sell us an EpiPen without a prescription.
Right.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy. It's like, okay, great. So I'll just have this, like, sure, my throat can just, close up. Great. I'll wait till I get the script.
Right?
Right, yeah, like nobody's gonna get an EpiPen. The kids, like high schoolers, aren't like jabbing each other with EpiPens. They're
They're like jabbing
get
themselves
fucked
with
up and go
EpiPens and then
party.
like doing the 400 or like,
yeah, like why can't you
running
just
around
buy
the
an
track.
EpiPen? I don't get it.
Yeah, it does make
I
sense.
don't get it either.
But anyway, I have
I was
one
like,
now,
what-
and I
what
carry
is
it
it?
with me always.
I was like, is it some ridiculous price or something? Our friend's going to die. Like,
Yeah,
we need this.
like we will pay for this
Dude, well,
item.
thank you for doing that for me. That meant a lot to me. You guys just even giving a shit at all to like, let's help. How can we help? I really appreciated that a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
I was embarrassed.
Hans.
it was embarrassing.
Thank you
And
very
Raven.
much.
That was mostly
Raven
Raven.
too,
I was
yeah.
like-
Thank you, Raven.
I was like,
I'm talking to both of you.
EpiPen, schmepipen. Raven's like, oh, we gotta go.
You're like, let's just fucking come on.
It'll
I just
be
built a house
fine.
for the Christ's sake. Why do I got to go to Walgreens now?
No, I really appreciated having you as a neighbor. It was the best. There were times, cleaning out wine glasses, shattering, wine glasses,
Oh.
cutting myself, walking over like gushing blood, being like, "You got any Band-Aids?" I mean,
Wait,
you
whoa,
never-
whoa. Pump the brakes. There's a story there. What happened?
I
He's
just
washing the dishes.
Yeah, I was just cleaning the inside of a wine glass. It shattered. It cut my hand open pretty good, and I had no Band-Aids in the house. It was like, I don't even know. It was one of those days I was being good, like doing the dishes before work. Walked over there at like 7 a.m. I was like, I know he'll be
Really?
up. He's working on his house. And it just got patched up.
Beautiful.
But I don't know, before
Am
that,
am I wrong to say that you were wearing that shirt?
I think I was wearing this outfit.
There's still blood on it, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you might be right. But no, before COVID started, you were doing that sort of like Tuesday night dinner,
Mhm.
which was really like, I'm grateful for that, because just having an excuse to go see you, but also, whoever your friends were that you had over that Tuesday night was like such a, I don't know, it just was so comforting to me, because I was working really hard at the time and I wasn't really taking too much time to care for myself as I should. And it was like slowing me down in a good way and kind of connecting me to people and reminding me to like make friends and enjoy my life. And
I remember that.
Thank you for that.
Well,
That was
thanks for coming.
Yeah, that was a nice little custom. So that was before you moved onto my block, but that was like the first house you were in, which was cute. But that was like maybe a 5-minute walk from me.
So how did you two initially meet? You already knew each other when Hans moved onto your street.
We met at Westbound at the
Through,
bar.
The owner, because you were doing marketing.
Yeah, I was sitting having a meeting with the owner, Rebecca, at Westbound. And then Hans came up and was talking to her, and we got introduced at that point. And then just a few days later, I was at the Annex again, because Why I Live Where I Live was hosting a little like meet the artist night. And they would host artists and, have people, you could come and, meet the artist of the picture you just got, like, meet these people. So anyways, Joe Pagic, this really talented artist, also a lovely human, was there. And I always loved his work. I felt like I should go support the stores, say hi. So I ended up like going there and waiting in line like a total nerd and like going to introduce myself to Joe. And then I was like sitting there reading, and Hans was there to see Joe, his buddy, support him. We bumped into each other and then talked for a little while. And then Joe came out after he was done, and the three of us had, drinks at the bar, and the rest is history.
Beautiful.
And then I met you, Paul, when at that art party, the
I remember.
The art party.
It was the dinner party.
art museum.
Oh, yeah. Out at the Joshua
sick
Tree
house
House.
in the desert. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool little.
That
Yeah.
was that was a fun night.
That was a
cool.
good time. I think I might have got a little drunk. I definitely got a little drunk that night. I remember just yelling to Tuya about like Led Zeppelin and shit. Sometimes I just I did that to you guys too. We went camping. I got drunk. I was just yelling about like Dave Matthews and Led Zeppelin. But yeah, I remember meeting you that night. That was actually, I don't know. I felt a sort of immediate connection with you, Hans, for whatever reason. I don't know. You're at a party. I know Christine, but that's kind of it. And you're sort of like, you're just kind of drifting. Like, you don't have like bearings. And then you meet someone who's just kind of like nice and kind and like welcoming. And like, it sort of helps ground you in that experience, and you were definitely that for me for whatever reason. Like, I just met you. I remember you were like, so there's a boyfriend. Like, I figured that, or there's something, there's like, Chris, you're Christine's boyfriend. And then, yeah, I just felt, I don't know, you comforted me immediately.
Yeah, it was great.
Something about you.
Well, I'll never forget your dreamy eyes.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah, seriously. Every time you guys are together, I feel like I have to fight Hans to get to you. I told Paul today, I was like, because we filmed a bunch of ads before this started, and we had like, I shouldn't reveal our tricks, but sometimes we don't film ads for a while, and so we'll do like back to back and change our outfits in between. So we had like sunglasses on, and I was like, after, just lean him down and give him those eyes, you know? But it's like, I always think of you when you're like, give me those eyes. Give me those eyes.
But yeah, that was a good time. That was a hell of a party, man. Yeah, we
What
were.
a hell of a little party, man. It was so sweet.
It was perfect.
And for a good cause.
For a good
Yeah,
cause.
that was really
And
cool.
ended just sitting around a fire pit, a bunch of people just listening to music, enjoying, like, good conversations were happening. That was just like good, pure human interaction.
Yeah, honestly.
Like it was a little chilly. It was too cold to get in the pool. I know that, or I would have been in that thing because that was awesome.
Yeah,
So
that was that
then-
weird, like that architect that figured out how to make fake rock so well. And he made it look like a real water basin
that
instead of a pool.
Yeah, yeah.
Desert Museum guy. Didn't he do that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He was the former owner of the Desert Museum, and then I think just bought that hotel and never really made it a success. And then it was just sort of sitting vacant for a long, long time before Rich and Sarah Combs of the Joshua Tree House bought it and then gutted it and turned it into like the destination.
I hope they're doing well with it. It's great.
Oh, I'm sure they are. They were like, they blew up. I mean, God, talk about a successful marketing campaign. They just, right from the beginning, they were positioning themselves as the place to be. I'm sure that has not changed. They're killing it.
Yeah. Well, I remember walking around the house just like, how do we get a house like this? Like,
Right.
this is so crazy. And then Hans just went and built one. That's how he did it. But yeah, man, that's cool. I always felt good also knowing that like Christine had good people around her in Tucson and like a relatively, a neighbor who was had his head on his shoulders pretty good to if shit went down. So yeah.
True.
Well, she also, she is good and is magnetic towards. She had a whole bunch of good stuff going on her own.
Yeah,
we
that's
had
true.
This whole Melrose Street is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It had a great vibe. I loved living there.
Yeah, I miss you on it.
I know. I miss that house. I really do. That was so interesting. God, that house is like, I just think about it. Like in the beginning of the pandemic, it was like a nice little track I could pace. That was good. It came in handy.
Oh, the house because you could
The
walk
house,
around it in a
square.
circle.
It was a square. I could I
Right.
could pace.
Yeah.
When I was the most anxious. I don't know. It was wild, but
Yeah, we need to get back to Tucson. It's been like we talk about it so often, but it's been way too
Please
long.
come stay here.
well,
We'd
let
love
us
to.
know when the pool is ready.
Whoa.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
be
be
there.
there for the christening of the pool.
You could be like, the pool's ready. Click, hang up, and we'll be there all of a sudden.
We'll
You're like,
christen
"Wait
it. We'll break a
sec."
bottle of champagne on the side of it.
Yeah, no
Might wanna
glass at
book
the
a
pool.
date for 3 months out because might get busy around here.
You said what?
You might want to book a date for 3 months.
I told
out.
you the last weekend of August is what I'm trying for. That's when I would like to come
Over
because
2 months.
it's basically 2 months. I
Might
want to.
just make it if they do speedy work.
Maybe
Well,
we'll
let
at
me
least
know,
get to see
because
them spray the concrete. 'Cause
If it's
I'm-
not the end of August, I could come at the end of September, because basically I just want to come for one of the summer night
saying
markets.
I.
Well,
You mean
I want to
we?
come. I assume Paul can come.
it's a we thing.
Ooh,
I gotta
awkward.
come. I gotta come.
Raven's laughing because I'm calling you out.
Yeah, geez, awkward. Thanks, Hans.
No, I mean
mean-
you just
Well, I just want to see Paul.
Well, I
Yeah,
want
that's
Paul
really
to
what it
come,
is.
but like
Oh.
with or without him, I'm probably going to come. So
I
that's
respect this
big.
independence. This is what I love about Christine. She's going whether I'm going or not.
Yeah,
you know?
like I know.
She speaks for herself, but
I know what
trust
I
me,
need.
I'll be tagging along.
There's nowhere in this world that makes me feel more like myself than Tucson. Like I
Whoa.
have to go there often because it makes me feel good. It's a special
Yay.
place to me. So, it's good for you as well as me when I go to Tucson,
Sure, I
Oh,
know.
whether she goes with you or not. Yeah. it's a
whether you're there or not, like it's filling me up. It's getting me to a good spot.
Good. That's the right way to think about it.
It's always been like that. The reason I applied to one college, by the way, like the U of A, it was the only school I applied to. Thank
That
God
you
I got in because what would I have done? I had no backup options, nothing planned. But my mom at the time, she lived in Arizona. And so she took me on a tour of ASU and U of A. And I knew I could get in-state tuition. And as soon as I stepped onto campus on the U of A, I was like, oh yeah, this is it.
Just felt right.
This will work. And it did. I loved being a student there. I loved being a young adult there. I loved being a working woman there. Like it just, I don't know. It always delivered on what I needed it to deliver at the time.
Yeah.
It really does morph to your different stages of life, doesn't it?
I think so. Would you ever leave? Is there anywhere else you would go? I mean, you are Tucson Hans. Could you be some other Hans or no?
I don't know. We'll have to see if the water runs out.
Yeah, exactly. Talk to me once the river runs dry.
That would do it. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
No, not really.
Yeah. I don't
I
know.
just love it here. I mean, my friends and my family are here.
Tucson's a good vibe too. I was surprised. I wasn't surprised to be surprised because I've gone to random small towns and been like, wow, whoever knew like Des Moines, Iowa was so cool, but like I didn't know Tucson was so cool. And then I would always come because when I was dating you, at first you were living there. So I would come visit as often as possible.
We're still dating, aren't we?
Right. We're dating now.
Okay, good.
But when we first started dating.
Got it. Just to clarify, we're still at this, right?
We're still dating. You getting all this, Raven? We're still dating.
Oh, I'm dying. When I was.
So
but yeah,
there's some
wait a
news
minute.
fresh
I'm just
off
saying,
the mic.
Tucson's cool. Tucson's a very cool town, man. It's a good vibe. I really like it.
It's a magical place.
And just the people. I don't know. There's something about it. Maybe we should move to Tucson.
I may have mentioned that to you.
It's on our hit list. Like we look at houses on Zillow and.
I heard in one of your other interviews because I did my homework today that this and Santa Fe, which is another cool place.
It's
correct.
True. We do like Santa Fe. Here's the drawback. Santa Fe offers no community that Tucson provides. However, Santa Fe is like high desert, which means we would, not have to suffocate from heat, but like really have more seasonal action, which is nice.
You got two friends with pools here. I know Emily got a pool.
You're right. She does.
And what?
Big points.
Oh, and Patrick. Patrick has that big old
Patrick has a pool.
Patrick's got
For
a
all we
pool
know, we'll have a
too.
pool.
Yeah,
Boom.
who knows? It's true.
That's all you need to make it through summer.
Well, just so you know,
true.
I'm playing the Zillow game 24/7. So where there's a will, there's a way. We'll find something. I sent you that house the other day, that like 5-plex, that multi-unit place. What did you think? Any
Loved
interest?
It was amazing. I'm steps away from beginning to really look for the next place, but
Because you're kind of like coming to an end on a very epic project. That makes sense. I would say that's probably fair.
I like to breathe between projects.
Good. Breathing's
you.
good. Do you think, I mean, I'm kind of implying something here, but like the pandemic was kind of a blessing for you in terms of the fact that it really like cut down your wedding event bookings and really gave you time to like work on home construction. Was that is that
I would
fair?
have had a lot more money to build the home had that not happened. But yes, it did. It cut the project time in half because I could just concentrate on it. But
I think your original goal to like move into the house, you beat that goal, didn't you?
yeah, it was. I mean, I was realistically looking at a year and a half, and it was, I think, really well. I'd poured the concrete and had to wait for it to really dry because I wanted this certain finish on it. So then, but beginning of framing to move in was less than 6 months.
That is insane.
That was kind of insane, but it was 6 months of nothing going on and Home Depot still open. So it worked.
Okay. My brother-in-law just opened a new restaurant in Brooklyn over, it's called Flatbush Counter. And anyways, they're like trying to finish up things in the backyard and kind of create, the seating arrangements and stuff back there. But they've been having a really hard time getting lumber and just like basic building materials because it's totally like the supply chain's been interrupted with COVID. Did you experience any of that?
None.
None.
No, no. No, I built this whole fence out of wood.
I guess you did.
Yeah, you got
you?
nothing but wood, man.
And at the time we were complaining because prices had been climbing and had doubled over the last 5 years. But now they've doubled again and maybe even tripled. I'm not that in touch with it, but I've heard that they've at least doubled again since.
Yeah, that was a cool thing with Hans. He'd be like,
September.
Building the 2x4s, you turn them up and you have to, I don't know, probably sand them, stain them, get them up there. But it's like, how many rows higher are you today? Like, can you still see over the fence? Or are you going to have like a Wilson moment? Can I see your eyes? Or like, is your whole face coming out? Who knows? That's,
And where did it land? It's
above the head.
It's above the head. Good, as it should be. You want that privacy.
It has to be for the outdoor showers. I mean, he's got the 2 outdoor showers. So he built the outdoor shower off the guest room and the master bedroom.
And he's gonna want to skinny dip in that pool.
He's a skinny dipper.
There's more walls are coming.
Yeah. I want to go back to something like when we were talking about reading the room as a DJ.
Okay.
And like, I don't know. I just never really thought about it. Like, what is that? Like, what are you reading? And like, there's a wave sort of happening, but you as the DJ, do you think you're controlling that wave, or are you riding that wave with everyone? You're just steering the boat. Like, where do you?
Am I controlling or riding?
Are you controlling or are you riding it with everybody? Yeah. Like, what do you think is happening there?
That's a good one, Paul.
Thank you.
Am I controlling it or riding it? I'd like to think I mean, if we're talking about waves, let's put ourselves on a surfboard.
Okay.
Why not?
And you see that set coming, right? The waves are small. You're sitting on your board, but you see that big set coming in. And what do? You paddle. So I'm reading the room. The room is vibing, and you need to set up the right song so that when it hits,
you catch it. You need to be in the right spot. You need to start paddling at the right time.
You need to do the work to make the wave better. I mean, for you, for everyone, for the surfer, being the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
How about that?
Cool. I love that.
It's like with childcare, right? Because I was a preschool teacher forever. You have to recognize like transitions are the easiest moment where something's going to go wrong. So like if a kid's really bored and you're getting ready for lunch and like you're in that awkward moment where they're like lining up but nobody has anything to do, like that's when a kid bites another kid. Like it's always those transitional moments where like something goes wrong. So you have to get ahead of it. It's sort of just like always staying ahead. Like, oh, the bridal party's walking in right now. Like, of course, I'm going to have an energy that like matches that, right? I'm still going to have something.
If they're all going for shots, you don't want to hit hey
right.
yeah now.
Yeah. You got to give them a minute to
swallow
that liqueur.
Exactly.
But it's almost a hypnosis you're doing. You're sort of like carrying them emotionally through this whole experience. Like there's almost a hypnosis to it.
You're the guide.
You're like a spirit guide or something.
Wedding guide. That could be the new title.
My thing is ceremony and sound.
Yes.
Since a lot of DJs just do after ceremony.
Right.
I'm ceremony and sound.
Nice.
You're the whole package.
Do you? Okay, so there's one of my favorite, like...
I've always felt that way about you, Hans. You're the full package.
I know it.
Day one. I knew it. I knew it the moment I met you. This guy's a full package.
There is a movie called The Wedding Planner with J-Lo. Have you seen it?
I don't know. I'm still laughing at the last one.
That was good.
Yeah, I meant it.
Hey, I know your bromance.
But yeah, in the wedding
deep.
planner, she's like, "Oh, that's their first dance. They're gonna break up in a month."
Oh yeah, she'll take like wagers, right? She's like, what's that? Fools rush in. And if she hears fools rush in, she'll be like, "Oh, it'll be over in 6 months." And she would like take bets from her, event planning team, and it was kind of ruthless. But it doesn't seem like you do that. You're not.
Are you
really
as ruthless
a cynic.
as J-Lo in that movie?
You're
I'm not
still
a
you're not a cynic. You're there for honest to goodness musical
and
support.
to tell you the truth, actually, I've been keeping the "Hey Ya" motif going the whole time, but I try not to play "Hey Ya" at a wedding because the lyrics are "Just want to get you in my caddy." I don't want to meet your mama. I just want to make you.
Right.
Mama.
Right.
So it's not a wedding song.
Remember that? Yeah, it's not.
You're right. It's a
not
singles
so-
anthem. It's a single man's
Singles
anthem.
anthem.
That's a good
It's a
point.
players anthem.
Yeah. you're
What's
right.
the
It still does play once in a while late night because it's a damn good song.
it's
But
I mean, it's maybe the jam of the century. What is better than Hey Ya? Crazy?
I do like Crazy.
Crazy's good, but it's no Hey Ya. I don't
No.
know.
It's not quite that undeniable.
Is there
what
a-
about Roses? That's like St. John song really jazzes me up.
Roses by Outkast?
No,
Oh.
not by Outkast, but that's how I got from A to B. But
Gotcha.
that St. John
Roses
song
with
or
a
something.
Z.
I don't think it has a Z, but it's like
Sing it.
no.
Come on, give us
It's
a
like
give us
Roses.
oh yeah, of course, yeah. Well, what about that song? We haven't drank in a couple weeks here, and we decided to open a bottle of wine.
Yeah, whoops.
So we're
I can't tell it all.
oh yeah,
Um,
okay, good.
No, I got
Why
this.
haven't you drank for a couple weeks? Good for you. Good choice.
We're
Well,
about
thank you.
to go to the Midwest and do a Midwest tour. See my family for a week. See his family for a week. See
gonna
our
be a shit show.
friends. There's probably a lot of drinking coming.
This
so
is the calm before the storm.
I thought I should.
Got it.
We're
check
reading
my-
the room.
Check my alcohol consumption.
That just reminded me. I got tickets. We got tickets for Pitchfork Fest because I have family in Chicago.
Oh, shit.
nice. When
Yeah.
are you going there?
Well, Pitchfork is September 9th, 10th, 11th, I think.
Okay.
Off the top of my head, that
Cool.
weekend.
Who are the headliners?
Shoot.
St. Vincent.
Ooh.
Epic.
And who else is playing? Oh, Big Thief. Do you know Big Thief?
I know them.
That song, Paul. That's one of my
Whoa,
favorites.
whoa, whoa. I feel like you showed me Big Thief, but I
Yeah,
don't know the
they
song
did.
Paul.
Dude, Big Thief, Paul. Give that a listen. It's
Okay.
gorgeous.
Okay.
Oh, man. Big Thief is killer. What are you? Raven's cracking up.
Raven, who are you excited for? Who are you most
When
excited
is-
to see?
oh,
Come on,
also,
we're
by the way,
trying to
when
get
is that-
Raven in, right?
Yeah,
When
of
is
course.
that not
Yeah.
true, by the way, that Raven's cracking up? Raven, you are the most giggly, wonderful human, a little giggle monster.
Oh man, Paul.
So you have family in Chicago, Hans? I forgot about that.
My mom is from Farmtown, Illinois, Mendota, which is down by Peoria.
Okay.
Booyah!
There we go. So Raven,
Oh, it is the whole outfit.
It is.
Where's
I
that?
got the
Where's that outfit with the zebras or the elephants or whatever on it?
oh, the
No.
power suit.
It's in my closet. Don't worry. I got
Yeah.
Power suit, man.
Power suit.
The
Raven,
map.
who are you most excited to see at Pitchfork?
Hold on, I have to. So we just
Yeah.
canceled a festival that we were super excited about in San Francisco, and so I'm confusing.
Outside
it.
land.
Outside lands,
Oh.
They canceled.
Dude, they were going to be in early August. So I was like, perfect. Got us tickets, got us an Airbnb, got us airline tickets.
yeah. Nice.
It was going to be COVID's over. We're ready to party. They canceled in August. I don't know why. And moved it
Dicks.
to October when I have a wedding. So
Congrats.
Damn.
I told her she could still go, but that's Raven
I
for
guess
you.
Hans, if you
Right.
can spare your ticket, Raven and I'm free.
Dude,
Turns out I'm free.
Oh.
there was a cancellation window.
I got the last time I flew, I got stranded, so I've got vouchers. I don't even have to pay for flights. I'm ready to roll.
I couldn't think of anyone that I could dance hard enough for 3 days with that could also make it to San Francisco, and I'm super bummed.
I really didn't think I was going to move away and you'd forget all about me, Raven. I just didn't think it would come to that. You
This
know?
is going badly. All right, Raven.
Hey, I'm taking a turn.
No, but no worries. But that would be fun.
I'm. Can I take a minute
Shout
to
out,
cry?
Brad.
Just
yeah. We're gonna take a quick cry break, folks. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back after the
We'll
break.
be right back. Okay, so back to
Looking it
the
up.
so Erica Badu.
Oh,
Pitchfork.
nice.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen
Cat
her.
Power.
Cat Power.
Whoa,
Power.
cool.
It's a real lady.
You
fest.
love Cat Power, right, Raven? That's like, right? Isn't there maybe it's someone else, or is it Aaron? Your sister.
Aaron loves Cat Power.
Okay, I knew there was someone I knew through Christine who was Cat Power was like their band.
Interesting.
But anyway, Cat Power is the shit. Have you seen Erykah Badu before?
No.
I saw her once with Stevie Wonder, and that was pretty fantastic.
whoa.
Yeah. That was at the United Center in Chicago, which isn't the best venue to see a show, but it's still pretty.
Here's
pretty
Friday.
Amazing.
All
Let's
right.
see, Big Thief, Animal Collective, The Fiery Furnaces, Black Midi, Hopalong, Kelly Lee Owens,
Ayla Minus.
Dead.
We're getting lost on that one. Let me go to Saturday. Here's
Take us to Saturday.
Angel Olsen.
St. Vincent.
Angel Olsen. Wow, that's going to be cool. Jay
Washachachi.
Electronica.
Jamila Woods, Georgia Ann Mudrow.
Jay
There you go.
Electronica is really cool.
My
Moving on to
eyes.
Sunday.
Let's see. Kesha.
Badu,
Is
Flying
that
Lotus,
Kesha?
Thundercat,
No.
Danny Brown. Oh,
That's
shit.
not
This is
Kesha.
the day.
Fake news.
Gotcha.
Okay. Cool,
And
cool.
is Pitchfork just one stage?
No.
Oh, okay. So you
No, I think it's a big old. It's like Austin City Limits. or
Okay, so
something.
you have to make decisions. You have to sometimes choose between one or the other. Man, that's Sunday. I mean, Thundercat, Danny Brown. Are you? Do you know about Thundercat and Danny
Biggest
Brown?
Thundercat fan. I think he's like a '80s jazz fusion bassist, and I don't know how he made it so big.
Maybe it's the name. It's a catchy name.
Killer name.
The
Killer
80s
name.
have always been my
You know,
least
he
favorite
played in
decade.
some really famous punk band.
Yeah, it's Suicidal Tendencies.
He
Maybe.
played in Suicidal Tendencies.
Yeah, I've heard that. I actually, so my older brother gave me Thundercat on vinyl for Christmas, and it's actually really dope. I'm a fan. It's not like I don't agree. It's just like Weather Report or whatever, like '80s fusion, Jaco Pastorius.
Weather
To me, it's a
Report.
little bit better. I don't know.
Well, right on. You know, he played Congress not too long ago
Oh, cool,
for the Hoco Fest. I think he headlined Congress.
nice.
I miss Hotel Congress.
Oh man,
I miss the Bloody Marys at Hotel Congress.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
best Bloody Mary I
so
ever had.
Good.
I just booked my Christmas gig
Oh yeah.
today.
What's that?
Yeah, December 23rd. I do like you never saw one.
I know. No, I've never seen you like perform in town or anything like that.
Oh, well, it's
Only
since I was
around the
born,
campfire.
A lot of people come home for the holidays, so I have a little holiday show.
Yeah,
Wow.
I guess I don't
Nice.
know why. I think there was because the last time I moved to Tucson, I was only there for 2 years. One of them was like COVID ridden, so everything was canceled. But then the year before that, I think I was like in India or something at the time you had your show.
Oh, that's right.
So I missed it.
You were
But yeah,
seeing
I remember seeing your face on the lineup. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Raven, are you still fighting, training?
Yeah, every day.
Nice.
Every day is a battle.
What is your martial art of practice? I forget. It's the
Shaolin Kung Fu.
Shaolin Kung Fu.
Feel.
What a cool answer to have to that question. Shaolin.
Should I
Kung Fu.
not have done this because she's going to have her own show?
Oh, I mean,
it's all right. It's
you're
quite
fine.
all right.
No, you should have
Good
done
to
this.
see y'all.
That's the
Don't let
only
any
thing I
cats
have.
out of the bag.
Cat's out of the bag. We got a ninja right here.
Yeah.
American Ninja Warrior.
That was like,
Raven.
I know it was hard for you. I know that like your training studio or whatever you want to call it kind of closed was that because of COVID or just like,
I think they're still open. Actually, they
Oh.
closed for business.
I see,
And
okay.
somehow New York rent slipped
Adjusted.
through, and they're still fighting. I think they just reopened last week. Actually,
oh, good.
cool.
I'm glad to hear it. I know that was like weighing heavy on you for a little while. The thought of, that special place closing.
But is there a lot of training and stuff you can do on your own? Like when you talk
Yeah,
about daily
absolutely.
stuff?
absolutely. It's a silly thing, but they say you can train kung fu in the space it takes a tiger to sleep.
Mm.
Like as long as you have that square space, you can train.
I like it.
And I
pretty
have.
cool.
As long as one of those walls isn't a window.
Correct, right.
Yeah, I was training until it got super hot, and now I'm trying to find space at the gym. But
Right.
So
you can do it in
weird.
the
It's
outdoor
like-
shower. Just
It's
turn it on
reverse
cold.
winter
and
for Tucson. It's like
Yeah.
where the East Coast, the Midwest, like shuts down
yeah,
for
like winter
winter.
weight.
Tucson shuts down for the summer. It's like, well, it's 105. I guess I can't work out today. And
Yeah.
it's true. You shouldn't work
Yeah.
out.
You shouldn't. Yeah. And it's also like like in the winter in Chicago, people are like, how do you deal with this? It's like, we stay inside.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people are like, how do you deal with the heat? It's like, it's not like we're outside all day. Like we stay inside.
Indoors.
Post up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we worked outside today till noon and then came inside for a break. This is the continuation of that break.
This is the break. Still on break. Yeah. Still on break. Hell of a break.
I would be out. I would have gone out around 7 when the sun goes down. But I had an important date.
That's
Appreciate
right.
it. We appreciate your time, sir. You got a lot going on.
Yeah, it is so good to catch up. I miss
We miss you guys a lot.
I miss sitting around the fire, having happy hour with you guys, watching the sunset, just sitting around, and
And now we sit around your fire.
I know. Are you using that chimenea I gave you guys?
Yeah.
That's the outdoor place. Oh,
Months ago.
It's over. I put it right by the hot tub.
Good. I'm glad it's getting used because
so
Christine
glad to
wanted to
hear
bring
that.
it, and I was like, I don't know where we're gonna do it, and I feel like she resents me for it.
I slightly do. I sometimes wonder, like, why couldn't it have gone right
Did
there?
I tell you I slacked on picking it up? And as those people were moving in and I was driving down the street, I was like, that's my fireplace.
I'm glad you did. And like, it won't be like,
They were cool.
it won't be beneath me
Okay.
that if I ever move back to Tucson, if and when we move back to Tucson,
Okay.
you can
Oh,
be
I'm
on
just
this.
holding
Can't
it
very
for
official.
you.
Yeah.
But it's like,
I'm merely holding it for
I'll be
you.
like, knock, knock. Hans,
That's my
Yeah.
the
fireplace.
chimenea.
We're back.
About the chimenea.
I'm back for the.
Could I
chimenea.
come get the chimenea?
Dude, it's got your name on it.
Oh,
Come on. If
I
you
love
move to
it.
Tucson, it's yours. Santa Fe, no deal.
all right. That seems
Wow. Hey,
fair.
okay.
That seems reasonable.
We got to do it now.
So guys, I thought I might hear from you when it was off wedding season for camping, but I have not yet.
We got to book a trip.
I've not yet
We gotta
scheduled
camp.
anything camping wise.
Bring the
We
chimenea.
are good camping buddies.
Was that
Oh, we
last
should
night?
change
We
that.
camped 2 nights ago. We
What?
went up to Mount Graham for the first
You
time.
did what?
You did what?
You did what? We do like an obnoxious Monty Python British accent more often than not around here. To be honest.
Without us?
Without us?
You came.
Are you kidding me?
But yeah, we got to get something on the books, man. We miss you guys so much. That the camping trip we did in Arizona, so epic.
That
Our
was so funny
hiking
too.
and smashing.
I was
Ugh,
like,
the best.
it was
And then
so
we met up
good.
with those weird kids who were on weird drugs
Oh
and
yeah.
That's
in the
right,
cave, and you had to
We
like
sang
trudge
in the
through
cave. We had a jam
water
session in the
to even
cave.
get to their campsite.
Oh, that was good. And
The
then
Lost Boys or whatever we
there
found.
was like a crowd of young children with their parents who were looking at us like animals in the zoo.
right.
They were like,
parents are like, well, this is an
why are all
experience."
these kids singing like Kumbaya? Like, what's going on?
Yeah. It
Those
was
like,
little
step
kids were
right
right
up.
up to the glass. They're like,
25 cents a view, you know?
yeah, we could have charged.
Oh man, that was a really pretty spot, but it just was so funny. I remember driving, because we drove up from Tucson. Paul, you came in from LA.
I remember.
And there was like no seat in your back seat. I was like in like
the
a
van.
plastic chair, just like sitting there, like bouncing around.
You had a seat.
you had
It
it.
had a seat, but
There
it was not secured.
No, it was not secure. It was just like a bench. It was like what was it? I don't even know. A camping chair just set up in
It
the
was a
center
death trap.
console.
It was a death trap is the word you're looking for.
I
A
think
death
it was
trap.
secured with a cooler. I do think it was secured.
I
Oh,
was
okay, yeah,
blocked in by the coolers.
We tucked you right up between the
Yeah.
driver's seat and passenger seat so
That's
we could all
true.
You
talk.
were Tetrised in. Tetris
Snug as a bug
keep
in a
you
rug.
safe. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You know, you guys
But,
actually.
but the cocktail made it easier.
Oh,
my
yeah,
God.
there were like car cocktails. You know you're on vacation when.
No, they weren't.
Your pouchy
No,
cocktails.
I'm sorry. Of course not.
They
Never.
were too delicious for me. I was like, I woke
that
up the
was-
next day
that
because he
was
was
the
like,
drunkest
you were
I've ever
so
seen you."
drunk. I was a mess. I'm just yelling about Rage Against the Machine or whatever. Like, I apologize for my behavior. I'm sorry. I woke up the next day feeling like, do I need to
duct taped
apologize?
that hole that you left in the middle of
Oh
my
my
tent.
gosh, I burnt a hole in the tent.
Oh, you
I'm
did.
so sorry.
Oh, thank God it wasn't me.
Yeah.
From dropping the cigarette.
Yep.
Right,
It was
right,
just
right.
Boop.
And then I remember, I think Hans, you said like, yeah, we heard you guys the other night. It's just mumbles and giggles all night. And we like, that kind of became a bit for
It
us. We're
stuck
like,
for
oh,
us.
we'll start a band. Like, and it's like, mumbles.
And I'm giggles.
Yeah, it's like we're like a band, you know? Mumbles and giggles.
Mumbles and giggles all night.
Yeah.
That's that
I
you?
remember.
Okay, yeah.
Wait a second. We had drama that
It
night
wasn't-
too.
It
Do you
wasn't in
guys?
the tent. It was when you guys were sitting right next to us at the campfire.
Oh yeah. It was like when we were all going to bed and it was just like snickering and giggling from our tent. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. I mean, yeah.
I'm sorry for my behavior.
You remember thrift store bingo or whatever?
Oh,
On the
that was a
way
good
home?
game.
Yeah,
too.
the hunt.
Oh, so we just like
What was
picked-
the record that we sure enough
Johnny
found?
Mathis. You had to get a Johnny Mathis record.
I see it every time I go to a thrift
And
store.
You
what was
can't
it?
not see it. He's always there.
It's like a pink cowboy hat or pink
Oh,
cowboy
yeah, like-
boots
yeah,
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was on there.
Oh, that was that's a good game for anybody listening. You can just set and like determine a bunch of really random items and then go try to find them at a thrift store.
Yeah,
It's
on
fun.
a few. Give yourself a few thrift stores.
Oh,
Kinda-
why not?
Yeah. I got a dope like black turtle ashtray on that trip.
Oh yeah.
I still have it. I like it.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Do you guys remember our drama that camp?
what was the
Instance?
drama?
Oh,
Yeah, the-
You guys
Oh,
remember?
the people were mad about our fire.
Oh yeah, it was.
And then Hans,
there
you
were
tried to
there
check
was
them
a
about their
fire
dog.
warning that night. And okay, so okay,
Hans
okay.
kind of went all in on this dog thing. You know, he was like pushing all his chips in. He's like, pretty sure you can't have dogs either. They're like, no, you can. They're like, oh,
Okay,
fuck.
wait, back it up. So we're all sitting around the campfire, which we're not allowed to have.
Right.
Because the fire danger level was like through the roof. It was
Right.
But
very.
we weren't the only ones in that camp.
We were not
That was
the
the
only
thing.
ones, and we were
And also, we're smarter than your average person.
No.
So I think it's okay for us to do it.
Officer,
We
Opposite.
we
Officer?
were definitely focusing on it, right? We were like, how do we keep this safe? How do we keep this secure? But then this couple walks up. They've got their dogs not on leashes, mind you, and the one girl walks by first, and she's like, "Hey guys, like, just so you know, like, it's not okay to have a fire right now." And we're like, yeah, okay. Like, thanks for letting us know. We appreciate it.
Well, we were letting it burn out.
We were like, okay, well,
Because it
It
wasn't
just
windy,
started.
and then it had gotten
Right. It had gotten pretty windy all of a sudden.
and we had agreed as like a camping unit that we were gonna not put on any more wood, but just let it burn out, watch it carefully, like watch it go out, right? And then so like the girl warns us, her boyfriend warns us, both respectably, nicely, whatever. But then there's like a third motherfucker who comes up, and they were not so nice about it, right?
we had a name for her.
What?
I feel like we had a name for her.
Mm.
I think it was a guy. Wasn't it a guy?
It was another couple, I think, came.
Well, they sassed us, but then they were like, it was like they wouldn't even leave until they were waiting for us to extinguish the fire before they kept walking. So it was like this awkward stalemate
Right.
where they were like trying to wait for us to put out the fire, but we were all sitting there and unwilling to move or put out the fire.
Right. I would rather burn down the whole city than have you watch me put it out because you told me to. You know, like
It wasn't happening.
I would rather the worst happens after that than succumb to
Are you
that.
happy now?
I am so relieved.
Yeah.
I sometimes think about that and I'm like, thank the heavens or whatever that we did not like burn down Strawberry, Arizona, you know? Like, I don't know. You hear about these gender reveals gone wrong, It's just like, what if we were them? One,
Yeah,
one
that'd have
little
been a
ember went
Asshole
astray.
reveal.
Oh.
We would have revealed ourselves.
I
It would
mean-
not be so.
Yeah,
Could you
I've got something from that trip.
Oh.
Ooh, a memorabilia.
A Johnny Mathis record, perhaps.
Oh.
Man, Raven, I can't wait to do an episode with you. There's so much more we could get into with you.
Yeah.
But what's your
I just realized what he's getting.
when you're doing your daily stuff, what are you doing? Is it moves like kind of oh, look at
Oh, I missed that cup. That was the cup
Remember when we
threw
played throw rocks at a cup?
That is a good
this. Oh,
game.
yeah, and we tried to get him in the cup.
Yeah, you throw rocks at a cup.
Wow.
The things you
Because
do.
we
To,
went camping 2 days ago.
Dude, what a great takeaway from that trip.
we used that same cup down in Sonoyta, Hans, when we all went camping again.
It's extreme boredom leads to throwing rocks.
It's amazing. You're right.
That's
It's
how golf
true.
was invented. You
I
know?
wasn't
Sorry,
bored. I was never bored.
I didn't mean to interrupt. You were asking Raven.
Yeah. What is your when you're doing Shaolin Kung Fu training on your own? What are you doing exactly?
So there's a very, I'd say like 20 basic movements that stretch your body. So mostly kicks, a few punches, a few like twisty things.
Or make a twist.
But they're things that you can always get faster, higher, lower,
Gotcha.
better at.
So it's the muscle memory of certain moves, certain kicks, and like kind of locking them in, stretching them out.
Yeah, we have in our class structure, nobody ever stops going to basics, no matter how
Cool.
high they elevate in learning. You never ever stop going to level 1. And so that's basically what I run through is all the movements.
Check your ego.
Yeah.
That's
establish the foundation and keep it strong.
Beautiful. Wow. Cool. We'll get you on the books too. We got to do an episode with just you. There's so much more I want to know about Shaolin.
Yeah, it is interesting because it's like, I like those martial arts or like aerobics even that just use or harness your own body's weight. It's like that can be enough to
Kempo is big on that too,
yeah,
right?
it's like that alone is just a lot of effort and you can use that in so many ways versus like trying to just add a barbell and like all these weights and all that stuff.
So to close the show out, I think if you guys go into the pool pit, right? We can treat it like a fighting pit for now.
Ah,
Only one comes out alive.
who's gonna make it? Stay tuned.
fight to the
Tune
death.
in next weekend to find out who's
We've
surviving.
we've never had a fight to the death on the show. It would be our first.
I'm in.
True.
Hans is down. Yeah,
I've already willed the house to Moose, so
Oh man, Moose! It could be
man.
your lucky day, man.
Yeah.
He already
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
gonna be a pool
though,
of
he doesn't
blood.
have those opposable thumbs. You know, it's like how would he even open his own cat food?
no, that's the whole thing. We kill each other in the pool, and Moose gets the house.
I see. All right. You
We're
know?
pretty evenly matched. We played King of the Mountain on pool floaties a lot. And I think it's pretty
Yeah,
It's pretty even.
It's good.
I'm ready
I
for
like
battle.
that.
Good. Good. All right. We're good.
Oh,
Um,
gosh.
Are we wrapping up? God, that went quick.
Yeah, this
Right.
was a solid hour and a half, man. Thanks so much. This was awesome. It was
I
just a
didn't
good
know what to
catch up.
expect.
I know.
Yeah. Hopefully it wasn't too painful.
Yeah.
For you.
How did we do? Did we keep it pretty?
Did prepare a dance that you guys didn't ask him to do though.
Oh well, please, please, Hans.
Hans, you have the
let
floor.
One
Let us.
Wait, I do have a closing
I
question.
prepared a sweet.
yeah. I do have a closing question just been on my mind, like with weddings and DJing and stuff, and like the wedding planner you talked about. But is there the first dance? It's kind of a big deal, right? Choosing the right song for the first dance. What's your least favorite song when it's like, hey, our first dance is this? You're like, oh, like what's your big eye roll first dance?
I was picturing that. Like, what makes your eyes roll?
I mean, all that's going through my head is what if that one couple that had that song that they thought was so beautiful, perfect.
Is listening right now.
And right there, that's why you have a successful career.
There it is. Keeping your
I mean-
cards close to your chest.
Are there bad songs? Sure, it's a personal.
Okay,
choice.
what's your favorite? What's the one that you're like, wow, impressive first dance right there. Great
I
song.
didn't write that down somewhere. I have been impressed with the first dance. I can't think of it off the top of my head though.
But
Okay.
you keep an ear out, okay?
Might have been like Massive Attack or something. It was something super cool.
Okay, nice.
I like that little something unconventional.
Yeah.
Unconventional,
Yeah.
of course, wins
Not
it for me.
not Fools Rush In by Elvis Presley. Not
Right.
something
Not
that
Fools
just, like-
Rush In, not
It's a
You
beautiful
Look Wonderful
song.
Tonight.
Yeah, You
Even
Look
though
Wonderful.
if you're listening right now and Hans was your wedding DJ and that was your first
He'll
song,
play it. He'll be happy to play it.
you're fine. He's happy to play it. You had your love is beautiful.
Your love is beautiful.
Your love is beautiful. Everybody's love is beautiful.
Yes.
Love is love. Love is love.
We love your love. Well, anyway, we love you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Hans and Raven.
guys.
Yeah.
Give it up.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
And thanks for doing this.
Yeah.
Dude, it's our pleasure. This
You
like
guys.
I don't know. the fun thing about doing this podcast is just catching up with people and getting to like pick at people a little bit and like interview your friends a little bit. So
It is
so
like such
funny.
a good
It's like
excuse to catch up.
Friend hour and a half.
yeah. But how
This
often
is
do you
not
just pin a friend down for an hour and a half and talk to him?
This is not the exact way we would have talked if we were all around this table.
No.
It's a little more formal. But it's really sweet.
Yeah,
Also,
thank you.
Consider changing the name of your podcast to Formal Friends.
Formal friends.
I
Oh
like
my
that.
gosh, I like that
Whoa.
too. Formal friends.
Maybe we'll do the four of us could do a podcast. Formal friends.
Could I
It'll
wear a
be
ball gown?
FOUR friends.
Oh.
I would wear a
Pew,
dress.
pew.
You wear, yeah, we dress our finest. You wear your Sunday's best every day.
I really like that.
We could.
That's cool.
Yeah. We could do
Wait,
it.
would it be 4 people interviewing one poor person?
It would be, no, it'd just be the four of us every episode. The four of us shooting the shit, getting formal, you know, drinking fancy wine and
Wait, what was it called again?
mumbling and giggling. Formal friends.
Formal friends.
But
Formal.
FOUR friends. Formal friends.
Formal.
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 Formal.